It's show 101, people. Yeah, I lost a bet. Yep. Show 101. You happy around? Hello! Welcome to Punchlines, ladies and gentlemen. I am Frank Nicotero, longtime comedian, lifelong sports fan. And, well, there you go. I came to work. I drove to work. I forgot while I was at a traffic light on my way in Vegas. I was at a traffic light saying I look over, and there was an older woman staring at me like, what is going on with that guy? I'm like, I lost a bet. Knights beat the Penguins 3-2. So anyway, here I am, Ryan. I'm paying off my bet. This even has a tail. I don't know if you can see the tail, but there's a tail somewhere. Where's my tail? I feel like a dog trying to find my tail. Where's my tail? Where's my tail? So, and then I got a little black nose going there. So there you go. Mini Dar, who is in our room all the time, our chat room. So let's see if Frank honors his debt. Mini Dar, I pay my debts. Otani homered. I have 101 Dalmatians, pay off a lot of debts. Bob Dell is quoting a movie that we saw with Lou Diamond Phillips. Anyway, Ryan, here we go. So I came as a Dalmatian.
Good boy.
Wait, what's that?
Good boy.
Good boy. So, by the way, folks, so I get to work and I come in and we have some video. Hopefully we'll have it later. We'll more video of me walking through the hotel and getting all sorts of looks. Then I realized once I got to the studio, I have to go pick up my script at the business center. I can print it out. So I walked through the hotel. I have to walk all the way from the studio to the business center. And I thought, oh God, people are going to be staring and stopping me. It's Vegas. Not one person looked at me. Security walked right. Everyone's just like, it's
Vegas.
So it's Vegas. Oops. Only other town I think you can get away with this in would be like New Orleans. If you walked around like this, people would be like, it's New Orleans.
Certain conventions in town.
Yeah. Who knows? They maybe thought it was a furry convention. Who knows?
Yeah.
But here I am, just as a dog. And why? Because it's episode 101. 101 Dalmatians, 101 episodes of our show. And our show, by the way, we made the marquee outside. Very exciting. All the shows, Sports by the Book, Race Day Las Vegas with Ralph, Gone Racing, and ourselves. We're on the marquee now, right on Las Vegas Boulevard. I tweeted a picture of that if you want to see it. And you might see a little video of it in a second. Anyway, on the show today via the video, we have, I believe for the third time, the hat trick, comedian Joe Bartnick. He is a very funny comedian and a hockey nut. Therefore, we're calling his segment, are you ready for it? Yucks and Pucks. Yucks, nice. Laughs, pucks for hockey. Yucks and pucks.
Yuck?
What's that?
A yuck?
Yeah. Sorry, it's hard to hear with these. Wait, hold on. What was that?
A yuck?
There we go. Yucks and pucks. And later on, the return of Big Al McMordie. Big Al will be talking some hoops for us and give you guys some picks. So I know Daniel I don't know if you're in the room. Yesterday, he was wanting some picks. Reno Paul liked the Lakers. We kind of didn't like the Lakers, but you know what? He didn't end up betting the Lakers straight. He bet a lot of parlays, and he did all right. A lot of prop bets. So Paul did that. I didn't like that. It was too many points for the Lakers. He backed off. So there you go. Good show today. Ryan, the producer of this program. Ryan, it's Fido Day, not Friday. Fido Day, like a dog. I'll stop all the dog jokes. And go ahead. How did you think of this bet? Someone wanted to know. Why did you think that 101 Dalmatian bet?
I don't know. I just figured we needed to do something fun. I didn't know how else to do it involving the Penguins and the Knights.
Yeah.
But we were talking about like dressing up and getting something done. I was like, well, we were talking about episode 100, doing something special. And I was like, wait, after that is 101 Dalmatian. That'd be pretty easy. Very well done. Very, very well done. Mini Dar is there. Mini Dar, nice car. Street Smarts money. No, that Street Smarts money is all gone. That car was, that was audience warm-up money, I think, right there. By the way, you can't tell what kind of car it is. It looks fancy. It's a Kia. It's a Stinger. I love that car. On the show, we already said Joe and Big Al. Today, can you believe it? It's March 1st.
It is March 1st, 2024. It's National Wear Blue Day. Ryan, are you wearing blue?
Yeah, my under.
Check.
Also got a Carolina blue tie.
There it is. Wait. Is that a Smurf face in the middle?
Yeah.
That's not me, is it?
No.
Okay, God. I thought it was me first. I'm like, I never posed for that. Yeah, it's first Friday of March is National Wear Blue Day. I believe Jerry is also wearing blue.
Yeah, he's got his Dynaco shirt on.
It's a what shirt?
Dynaco from
What's Dynaco?
Cars.
From Cars.
King.
Okay, very good. It's a good one. Yeah, from Disney World. Yeah, well, there you go.
Souvenir.
Ann is also wearing blue. Sean, what the hell, man?
Where's blue?
Your underwear's blue. All right, everyone, if you're wondering, I have
really
these
knows
socks. They are Scooby-Doo socks.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. I wear my Scooby-Doo socks. Ruh-roh. And I have some blue in my Scooby socks. There you go. So it's National Wear Blue Day. 101 episodes. Ryan, it's
Good job,
there are eyes on this. I was thinking about cutting the eyes out, but I think that would have looked like too creepy.
Yeah.
It would have looked like that movie where
ghosty,
what's that?
Would have looked a little ghost cheating.
Yeah. It would have looked a little weird. So hold on, let me take a sip of tea.
Dogs don't think.
I have to lap it up like a dog. Ryan, it's episode 101. Obviously, we can't do jerseys. No one's allowed to wear number 101. We did some ones, I think, on January 11th, 2011, or 2011.
Yes.
When we did the show 13 years ago.
Yeah.
On January 11th, we already did that. So what do you have for us today?
I have 101 Dalmatians themed athletes with dog themed names.
I love it. All right. So, okay. Are these in order here, the names?
Not exactly.
Who's Fireman Anderson?
So he played in 1941 to 1947 in the Negro Leagues.
In the Negro Leagues. Okay.
So he's that top left corner.
All right.
Like a silhouette.
That's a great name. Fireman Anderson.
Yep.
Okay. So Fireman, obviously Dalmatians working Fireman. All right.
And then, Barkevius Mingo.
Barkevius Mingo. Excellent.
He's the guy in the Patriots tee.
Yeah.
And then Catfish Hunter.
Catfish Hunter.
Without the mustache.
God. Great pitcher. He got one of the first big free agency contracts when he was with the A's. He won some World Series. Then he went to the Yankees, and I think he got like $1 million for like 7 years or something insane. But yeah, Catfish Hunter, good one.
And then Butch Husky.
Right? Sure.
He's the Met. And then we've got Saquon
Yeah,
and Charles Barkley.
Charles Barkley and Saquon Barkley. Nice.
And then Golden Tate.
Golden Retriever. Is Golden Tate still in the NFL?
No.
He was really good there. He had a couple good year stretch there with like Seattle and Detroit.
Yeah, it was Seattle and Detroit. Yeah.
Notre Dame guy, right?
Yes.
I think because Golden Domes. I remember that's how you always. What a great name, Golden Tate. That's. I'm applauding my pause. That he told me he'd have something special cooking for 101. That's inspired names by athlete. Excellent job, Ryan. Ryan's killing it as a producer, ladies and gentlemen.
Sure.
All right, speaking of animals, why don't we just talk about a GOAT real quick, Tom Brady. Now, we know that it's the week of the NFL Combine. Have you watched any of the Combine stuff?
No. Yesterday was defensive linemen. Today, tight ends and defensive backs.
Right.
So
they're good. They save it. They're working us up to it.
Yeah.
Well, we have a Combine video later and post with punchlines because we have a couple guests here. We're going to get Joe on soon, but I'm not supposed to like Tom Brady, but he is a likable guy. But Tom Brady did something fun. Now, we all know there's that famous photo of Tom Brady when he was drafted without his shirt. He had the muscle definition of me at my age. And obviously he became like the greatest football player. Hold on, my ear's itching. There we go. So anyway, we have a video, something that Tom Brady did yesterday. So if we could roll that in. This is Tom Brady running the 40, trying to beat his time from 24 years ago. At age 46, I believe.
I ran a 5.28 40-yard dash.
Okay, so that's him.
Just maybe.
22 years old.
40. One more shot.
So now he's over twice as old.
We can level up. Let's go.
I mean, the guy looks like a different person, first of all. Let's see if he can beat the record. So they did this shadow thing, which is amazing technology. Look at that. All right, so look at this. At
5:12 on the second one.
At 46 years old, the GOAT got faster. I don't know who he's showing it to, his agent or who I was training.
Yeah, he said if you did that 25 years ago, you'd get drafted in the third
You would have got
round.
drafted in the third round. Yeah. Instead, he got drafted in the sixth.
Yeah.
6th or 7th. So anyway, I thought that was pretty inspiring there. So I figured, I probably ran like a sub 5 back in the day. So as a dog, I think I would be faster. So, and I believe I shot some video out in the parking lot of me running the 40 dressed as a dog. Look at that, our Punchlines logo on the South Point marquee. Here's me as a dog.
You're only using 2 legs.
Only using 2 legs.
What was my time? 5 seconds? Beat Brady.
5 seconds.
Beat Brady!
I beat Brady. I beat Brady, ladies and gentlemen.
Would have been 3 seconds if you'd used all 4 legs.
Do you think I would, my hands on the cement of the South Point parking lot?
Your paws.
Oh, my paw. These are paws. Sorry. Well, I ran a 5. I beat Brady. I believe that was 40 yards. That looked like 40 yards, didn't it? No. It's like 40 feet. That's all I got. That's all I got. I don't want to pull a dog tendon down here. I need these. So anyway, congratulations to Tom Brady. I mean, it's pretty impressive that he did that.
Yeah. I mean, he's been taking care of his body for so long. It just becomes muscle memory. And
If Tom Brady were in the draft this year, where does he go? Like at age 46? Would he go in the first round?
I mean, age 46. So he'd be playing, you would think, if you're using a first round pick on him, you're going to have him for 5 years. So he'd be playing until he was 50. If he does play till he's 50, I think you take him in the first round.
I think you do. If he plays 3 years, I think you burn a second round on him.
Yeah.
He could still play. He knows he can, but you got to.
He needs to go into the right system. He can't go into a rebuild roster.
Well, remember he was going to go to the Niners because he grew up in Northern Cal. I mean, he plays with that team with that talent.
Yeah.
And I believe if he would have signed with the Niners, he would have won a Super Bowl.
There's a good chance.
I really do.
Yeah.
Plus, Mahomes would have been just like spooked out by him in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, they faced in the Super Bowl and Brady beat him.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's why I think if he signs with the Niners, they win the Super Bowl. But anyway, he's officially retired because he's going to be an announcer.
Yeah.
He's very excited to be an announcer. I'm very excited to hear what he does. Now, he's going to be the number 1 team. He bumped Olsen
Greg
down.
Olsen, yeah, off the
And who's his partner? Do we know?
Fox broadcast. Is it? I think it's still the same partner that Olsen had, right?
Yeah.
Burkhardt?
Yeah. Is it Kevin Burkhardt? I think it is. Yeah, I think you're right.
I think.
I'll actually be interested to hear what he said. I haven't watched the Dynasty show on Apple, which everyone's telling me is great. They're going to supposedly talk in the next couple episodes. They're going to talk about what happened. I know, isn't it amazing? They're going to talk about the cheating stuff and everything, and first time they've all ever talked about it. Now, if I put headphones to talk on to my man Joe here, am I going to hear him through? I might have to put them underneath my dog ears and then the dog ear on top. Perfect. Joe's probably wondering what the hell is going on, and I will explain it. Let's see here. B-Town Dummy. I think Frank looks more like a cow, like the cow in Top Secret, than a Dalmatian. That's funny you should say that because when Ann and I were walking through the door, we have the video. Do we have it to roll?
Yeah, but we can roll it at the end.
We'll roll it later. We have more video of me walking through the hotel, and there's a woman that mistook me for a cow. So you'll see that. That's called a tease in the business. Let's see here. B-Town Dummy, I think. Okay. Bob's talking about. Have you ever seen Top Secret? It's by the same guys that did the movie Airplane. You've seen Airplane?
Yes.
Okay, it's the Zucker brothers, and it stars Val Kilmer, and it's a World War II comedy.
Okay.
And have you seen Top Secret with Val Kilmer? Oh, it's so funny. Anyway, there's a whole thing with the cow. It gets pretty graphic at the end. But anyway, go watch Top Secret. Oh, yeah. By the way, Christian Hansen, who's B-Town Dummy, likes to rip on me for my older references. He just referenced a movie from, I think, 1983. So there you go. Way to go. All right, let's bring in my man. I texted him yesterday. I'm very excited to have him back on the show. We believe it's his 3rd appearance on the show. He's in the movie Bill Burr directed on Netflix called Old Dads. And he's got a couple other things going on. We'll find out. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show, Joe Bartnick.
Yeah, Joe.
Yay, Joe.
What's happening, guys?
All right, Joe, it's episode 101. So I'm dressed as a Dalmatian, and it's because I lost a bet, and you'll appreciate this, Joe, and I figured this is why it's perfect to have you on today. When the Penguins played here in Vegas, I went to the game. So Brian bet me that the Knights would win. I bet the Penguins would win. It's 2-0 in the 3rd. I start talking trash. I've had a few pops, and I'm like, 2-0. And of course, we give up 3 goals and we lose 3-2. So thus causing me to have to dress as a Dalmatian at work today. So
you're always in costume. You lose every bet, Frank, every time I come on. It's always Halloween.
That's right. I was in a Blackhawks jersey last time, wasn't I, when Joe was on or something? Oh, my God, Joe. All right. So, buddy, I see you have a Yager pennant hanging in the back there. How did you feel about that Yager jersey retirement last couple weeks ago?
Honestly, Frank, I was just thinking about this last night. I think it was my favorite sporting event I've ever been to.
Wow. Wow. It was you were there. I know because I saw your pictures, but were you in a box, by the way?
No, I
okay.
was general admission seating. I paid for my own ticket. I didn't pull any favors. I didn't make any. I was actually sitting on my couch Saturday afternoon, and I saw Ronnie Francis having dinner with Lemieux and Yager.
Yeah,
and I freaked out. And I go, I've waited 35 years for this moment. How am I missing this? And I hit up Orbitz and I hit up Ticketmaster and I flew in for the game.
that is a fan right there, baby. That is unbelievable. I think I saw a picture with you with Randy Bauman, right, from DVE, the FM station.
No, actually, Randy wasn't there. Bill Crawford was there.
Sorry, comedian Bill Crawford, our buddy Bill, from the DVE Morning Show. But what an event. And no one knew. We had Josh Yohe on the show from The Athletic, and he said no one knew Yager was coming out for the skate at the top of the game. I mean, the mullets was one thing, but to see 68 come out of the tunnel and skate, that was amazing.
Well, that was so funny because my eyesight's bad, and let's face it, I've done a few drugs in my life. I'm like, I swear one of them is Yager. And it was.
That looks like Yarmir out there. I mean, it was amazing. And he took pictures with, was it the Kings they were playing? And
Yes.
he just smiling. And I was just like, no one's going to boo this guy. I know he was like maybe afraid because he left and he played for the Flyers. But that was just an amazing moment. And that is one of those moments. That's your top sporting event of all time you've been to.
Honestly, yes, because I've never was in the arena when the Penguins won the cup.
Right.
I was in the arena when the Kings won the cup, my mistress team, which is funny because leave it to a mistress to ruin a good night with your wife. It's like, I'm here with the Penguins, the Kings have to ruin it.
That's right. And they won, was it 3-2? Oh my God. What would you list as your other greatest sporting events you've attended?
Duke, Carolina at Duke. Penguins.
Duck food.
Penguins game 5 against Nashville when they won 6-0.
Oh yeah.
Steelers 79 versus Houston in the swamp when Terry spun on his ass.
Oh my God.
I was a kid, and the other one when I was a kid that really sticks out was We Are Family 1979 Game 3. Johnny Bench hits a home run. There's a rain delay. And everyone's freezing at Old Three Rivers, and they come back and play, and Willie hits one out over right center field in about the 6th or 7th inning. And I never saw my dad dance before. He's singing We Are Family.
And that was the NLCS. I think they swept the Reds 3-0, right? I mean, I think I
believe so, yeah.
It was 3 in a row. Now, those were afternoon games because I remember I had to run home from school. They were like a day game, and, I was in I was in California in 79, so it was like I had to run home because it was like during school time. Anyway, Joe, we know that you're a huge hockey fan. Now, we have Ryan here. Ryan is obviously our producer, is a huge hockey guy as well. He's a big Knights fan. Anything on your mind right now you want to talk about hockey with Joe Bartnick, who's an expert hockey man?
Well, you're a Penguins fan.
Yes.
And so they're sitting outside of the playoff position. Do you think that they can make a push?
I think there was a decent chance before the last round of injuries, not to make any excuses. They had games in hand, which of course don't mean diddly poo squat unless you win them. But then you had the injury to Jake. But even that might have been, we could maybe have overcome that. But we lost Rusty on Sunday. And just they played great against Vancouver. But then just last night, they just could not score against the Seattle Kraken when it just looked like either Jake or Rusty would have got one past Grubauer. We kept hitting him in the crest. We need a little bit more skill on the wings. It seems like an incredible hill to climb. But because I grew up with Mario and Yager, I never, ever, ever give up. Miracles do happen, but it's looking a little rough right now.
So you don't think they start selling?
I'll send you Riley Smith back. He wants to go home anyway. He's been pissy ever since he played great the first month. Gino was second star, right? Then all of a sudden he goes with the Vegas Golden Knights to Vegas, to the White House. It's like he saw his old girlfriend again, and he's never been the same.
And by the way, I was at the game here in Vegas, and they introduced him, and they showed a nice video, and you could just see he's like, God, I still want to be here. He's just like, and by the way, the ovation for him lasted like 2 or 3. It was a long ovation.
Yeah,
so that was
an original misfit. Yeah.
Yeah, that was really cool. So that was cool to see him get his due in Vegas. So Joe, I got to tell you, the day it came out on Netflix, I watched Old Dads, which was directed by your friend Bill Burr, who you open for all the time. And you were a bouncer, if I remember correctly, in the movie, right?
Yeah, I was a bouncer in a Vegas strip club.
At a Vegas strip club.
which is completely typecast because I was a bouncer at Fantasies outside of Pittsburgh. And then when I lived in Vegas and worked on a faux reality TV show called The King of Clubs.
Wow, yeah, I remember. Yeah, Ann remembers. And our director just goes, I remember that. No way, I remember that show too. All right. What was that like working on the movie with Bill, and how was he as a director? I mean, I know you've opened for him 100 times. What was that experience like?
He was a fabulous director. And, I mean, you've done enough stuff, that when it starts at the top, but everyone's in a good mood and professional. It's an easy shoot. It's a great day. And basically it was just 3 days of me getting my ass kicked, even though it looks like I'm doing, it was all physical. It was like 9 stunt guys and me and Verzi. So we trained for 3 days, 2.5 days before we actually shot it. And if I wouldn't have been taking karate the last few years, I would have been fired, because you have to remember all these moves.
It's like, choreographed.
It's choreographed. And the way it was edited, it looks like I kicked like 4 guys' asses. But when we did it, it was like a minute and a half of every bouncer jumping in. And it was like a ballet. And you have to duck here, duck there, move there, kick there, jab. So it was just so much fun.
Now, do you have any upcoming time in Vegas? Do you have anything scheduled in Vegas? When are you going to be here in Vegas and we could have you in studio?
I may be coming out for the NHL draft.
Oh.
Because I don't want to jinx this podcast I'm starting with somebody, but it could be pretty big.
Okay. Well, you already do I mean, every day you do your morning, what do you call the morning skate or?
The morning skate, yes.
I watch it every day.
Thank you. Now we have Puck Off podcast, but I need another podcast to do. My wife's like, you don't talk about hockey enough. Why don't you do another podcast about hockey?
So you said you had some Vegas stories. I said, we always love to hear a Vegas story. You got a Vegas story for us?
I love Vegas. What's so funny is I used to be one of those guys. I know after 3 or 4 days in Vegas, what are you going to do? It's time to go. Then I got and then I was on the King of Clubs in Vegas. So I lived in Vegas for like 4 months. It was the greatest 4 months of my life. And then I was Vinny the club owner's buddy. So I had to audition the strippers for the show. It was, if you guys don't know where it was shot in the only strip club in Vegas that Frank and Dean had full nude, full alcohol, because they basically just told the mayor, "Hey, we want to sit here and drink, but we don't like them in panties." like okay, we'll change the rules. So that's why it's still, the strip club's still there.
What's it called? What's it called?
Now I can't believe I'm forgetting the name
All
of it.
Right, we'll Google it later.
Yeah. It's like, but I auditioned, I got 300 lap dances in 3 days. I would literally clock in and do another 100 lap dances.
And you'll probably reimbursed with the per diem to tip right there. So
yeah,
unbelievable.
I was on the King of Club, so every stripper in town knew me. So everywhere because it was on the Playboy channel, it was a fantasy for 4 months.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's one on top of the resume right there. Oh my God. So we were looking at the hockey schedule tonight. What do we got? We only have 3 games, but the hated Flyers at the hated Capitals. You got the Coyotes at the Senators and the Devils at the Ducks. So if you were a betting man, which I know you are, anything you're looking at tonight that you could advise our viewers to maybe throw a few bucks on?
I would go, the Devils are going to beat the Ducks. And Ottawa, they always win games whenever it doesn't matter. As soon as they're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs, they start playing like a good hockey team. And the Coyotes have lost 14 straight. They are in disarray. So I like Senators and I like the Devils.
Now, what about the Flyers Capitals game? Do you staying away from that one? Or, I mean, those are 2 teams that we don't like. We want them both to lose.
If I was in Vegas, I would probably have to do a 3-teamer. So I would go Capitals, because I would not bet and put money and root for the Flyers if they played Al Qaeda.
Right. No, I'm telling you, I know. Listen, I know my buddy Bill and Joshua. They're like, you can never ever root for them. When I first started going to hockey games, when he first started taking me 30 years ago, he goes, never root for the Flyers. Never has. I remember when Hossa got traded. When Hossa left the Pens and went to Detroit, right? And I'm like, okay, so who do we root for? And he's like, we don't want Hossa and everything. They're like, no, you can never root for the Flyers. If it's Detroit versus never Philly. And I don't remember the 70s. I didn't follow hockey till after Lemieux. And I know you followed your whole life. but it's the hatred for Philly in Pittsburgh and it's rival to it's the Cleveland Browns and the Steelers. Obviously, we hate each other. The Pirates, when I was a kid, we hated the Phillies. But there is nothing like the hatred of Penguin fans and Flyer fans.
Yeah, there's nothing like it.
Yeah.
There's really nothing like it in sport. There's like very few things. It's kind of like Michigan, Ohio State.
Yeah.
There's Yankees, Red Sox, Dodgers, Giants. That's really it, the level of hatred. Yeah, I mean, well, we won in 1989 in Philly. It had been the first time since 1973.
Yeah.
We played in the same division. There was only 12 teams. We were 0 for Nixon. And it wasn't like we were getting beat on the scoreboard. We were. But then they were the Broad Street Bullies. So they were kicking our ass at every single level.
Yeah. So for us to win the 2 cups in the early 90s, I know Philly fans. I have a buddy, Johnny Bigwheel. He hates the Penguins, and every time they play, he's like, all right, what are we betting? And so far, it's been real good for the Penguins since we've won many cups. Since the Flyers last won a cup, what, in the mid-'70s?
It's 1975.
75, right? Exactly.
Yeah,
so.
and in 2 years, their names will be removed from the cup
because you lose a ring.
The ring will be gone, and I will throw a big party that day.
Have you? Go ahead.
I don't want to croon, but it is Vegas. Have you ever seen the Flyers win the cup? Have you ever seen the Flyers win the cup? If you have, you must be crying because you're close to dying. And have you ever seen the Flyers win the cup?
I love that. That is phenomenal. Joe, what else you got cooking? You got some stand-up dates, or where can people find out about Joe Bartnick?
All my dates are on joebartnick.com. I will be actually in Philadelphia on March 10th. What's so funny is I love everything about that city. The food, the people, everything except their damn hockey team. Then I'll be in Nashville March 12th, Chicago the 13th, and then I'm in San Francisco the 20th and the 21st. I'm in Denver, Colorado. All my dates, joebartnick.com. And the night before the Friday or the 23rd of May, the night before Memorial Day weekend starts, the Memorial Day 500, that Thursday night, I'm in Pittsburgh. So.
Oh, cool. All right, very good. And Joe, listen, we love having you on the show. Always fun. We got to follow Joe. Make sure. And listen, our fingers are crossed for this podcast to happen so you can come to the NHL draft and you can come in studio and visit us.
Frank, next time I come on the show, I don't want to see you in a Flyer outfit.
I swear to God, I will not. Like the Blackhawks I did for Ryan because he's a Chicago guy, but no, I'll never. Listen, I did lose a bet on the Browns-Steeler game and I had to wear a Browns jersey, and I got so much flack from people on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter from my hometown there. I'm not. By the way, Joe, I want to say this. For Lent, I talk about our hometown, our hometown a lot. Every time I mention it, I have to put $5 in a donation, right? Okay. So I was up to $70. $70 because I said it 14 times, and Jerry is the one keeping track. So then I made a bet that I did win that Ryan is still angry about. I said Shohei Ohtani would hit a homer in his first spring training game. We only thought he was going to get a couple at-bats. He ended up getting a third and doing it. Well, Jeff Parles, who hosts Sports by the Book, made this bet. Well, if Ohtani hits a home run, we'll take Frank down to -15, giving him 3 free mentions of his hometown. But if he loses, he'll be -85. So the odds were way out of whack. Ryan's been angry for 2 or 3 days, but Ohtani hit that home run. So I'm back down. I'm up to $5, right, Ryan? Are you keeping track?
I think you're at 10.
Well, you know what? Joe and I are both from Pittsburgh, so that's well worth $5. There you go. I'm up to $15. But I had to give it up for Lent. Joe, did you give up anything for Lent?
No.
Yeah, I know. And our director, and gave up smoking. She doesn't smoke. Yeah, I know, right? I have given up Cadbury. I haven't the little Cadbury eggs that I love so much that I'll buy on discount the day after Easter. That's what I'll do. But Joe, there we got.
My mom sent me Sarah's pretzels. Oh my God.
Now these are the pretzels TJ Watt was going nuts for when he came to Pittsburgh to visit. I don't know if you saw, but Sarah's pretzel. Oh, I said Pittsburgh. Oh, I said it 2 more times. Anyway, TJ Watt is a giant fan of those, and they send him a bunch, and he eats them all the time.
Yeah, it's there's so many things about. Don't say it.
I won't.
So many things about Pittsburgh that's just the best. Just the best.
It is, but I can't talk about it anymore. I'll have to. I was 2 more. 2 more. Fine. All right, Joe. We thank you for being on the show. We'll talk again soon. Hopefully, we see you here in Vegas. We're going to go to commercial break. We'll be back with Post with Punchlines and Big Al McMordie, who is also from our hometown. Thanks, thanks, Joe.
Thanks, Joe.
South Point offers all the types of entertainment you'd expect at a first-class Las Vegas resort. Did you know our 400-seat showroom is one of Las Vegas's top destinations for live entertainment? Enjoy live performances by classic Vegas entertainers, bands, and today's hottest comedians, plus a rockin' dance floor. You can also enjoy live entertainment at the Grand View Lounge, where you'll feel all the vibes of old Las Vegas. Enjoy the music, and if you love to laugh, don't miss The Dirty at 12:30, our very own free comedy show. Every Friday night at 12:30 a.m. in the Grand View Lounge. The Dirty is 100% free, so arrive early. Go to southpointcasino.com or call the box office at 77136 for today's performances at the showroom and the Grand View Lounge. When you're ready for your favorite cocktail, stop in and unwind at one of our 7 specialty lounges. There's a bar around every corner, because you're in Vegas, baby. South Point Casino has plenty of attractions for the whole family. Catch a movie. Our 16-screen movie theater includes 2 XD Extreme screens for the ultimate in viewing, sound, and luxury. After the show, treat the family to a variety of treats at our old-fashioned ice cream parlor, Kate's Corner. We scoop up a variety of creamy concoctions, including smoothies, hand-dipped cones, milkshakes, malts, sodas, and sundaes. At Kate's, there's something for everyone. And if you've still got time to spare, our bowling center might be right up your alley. Voted Best of Las Vegas, it's a great place for friends and family fun. 64 lanes, a pro shop, snack bar, and arcade. And while the kids are bowling, you can play slots and sip on a drink in the Alley Cat Lounge while overlooking the lanes. For our more serious and professional bowlers, the South Point is also home to a separate tournament bowling plaza.
Ryan McCormick, our producer, has informed me that the NHL draft is at the Sphere.
Yes.
Wow, that'll be really cool. And they'll probably project the picks out on the...
Yeah.
Oh, but when is that? When is the NHL draft?
End of June. June
End of
28th
June.
and 29th.
Oh, that's going to be cool. Would that be something you would go to, or...
I would like to
We
go.
got to get some media
Yeah.
credentials.
Yeah.
Get Parles on that.
Oh, well, then we might have.
Jeff, we're teasing you. No Fred McGriff, no crime dog. Yes, I could be Fred McGriff. Looking good, Frank. Thank you, Tommy.
He was talking about the collage.
Oh,
Leaving
no
McGriff
Fred
off the
McGriff.
collage. Yeah.
Oh, you didn't have Fred McGriff on the collage.
Yeah, but it's not in his name.
It's not in his name. Hey, B-Town, we
We're
got
not
it.
doing nicknames.
Yeah, we're not doing nicknames, all right? Because then there would have been a million. We could have done all those other ones I'm thinking of. Bo Outlaw. No, Outlaw wouldn't be a dog name. Let's see here. Fremont has people dressed as cows bar hopping. I can see the Vegas confusion. Exactly. Yeah, Paul, you did. He has a little NBA part. Okay, here we go. Reno Paul, who did win his prop bets. I was down on the link, whatever, and I look up and I saw the Lakers were in overtime. It was like 133, 130. I was like, oh my God. So they're gonna I'll tell you what, bet against the Lakers the next game. They had that draining game against the Clippers. They had to go OT against a bad Washington team. They got some tired legs, and I'm sure LeBron probably won't even play the next. When is the next Laker game?
Laker game, I'm not sure, but the Wizards are playing again in Crypto Arena against the Clippers tonight.
Who is the Clippers and who?
The Wizards. So the same team that went to overtime last night.
Back to back. Yeah.
Yeah,
Ooh.
so the Clippers might be the good play.
Yeah, and they're a little mad after drop. Oh, yeah, they got fired up after losing to the Lakers up 21. Taking the Clippers. Ann, are you feeling the Clippers? Nope, she's not. Ann just gets the feelings. She's like, nope, quickly no.
The Lakers host the Nuggets tomorrow night. It's a nationally televised game. So.
Yeah, that should be. That'll be a good game. What's the line on the Clipper game tonight?
The Clipper game is Clippers minus 15.5.
Ooh.
So I don't know if I'd lay that much, but
well, what if we put them in a
line's good.
4-way parlay with the 3 hockey picks that we could do a 4-teamer.
Yeah.
Joe's 3 hockey picks in the money line.
Yeah, it would probably still be plus money.
Yeah.
The Capitals are the underdog on the hockey slate.
Yeah, I can't bet the Flyers. I'm going to look at that. Reno Paul.
Sends
Here we go. Little parlay action for
Clippers.
tonight. I caution you, trail me. I'm not doing great this NBA. Anyway, he likes Golden State minus 2.5, Sacramento plus 6.5. Golden State minus 2. Are they playing Sacramento? I'm confused.
No, Golden State against Toronto Toronto. It's
Oh,
now-
he's given a three-teamer. Sacramento plus 6.5, and the Memphis money line.
yes.
I see. Okay.
Golden State's in Toronto, Sacramento's in Minnesota, and Memphis is hosting Portland.
Okay. All right, B-Town Dummy pointed out that I looked more like a cow. I believe we're going to roll the video. This is me out of the car, coming all the way into the studio, and you'll see a woman stop me at the door. So go ahead, roll that. Roll that. Okay, so here's me getting out of the car. I got it all shined up last week. Oh, good. There's my license plate. There we go. Well, it's Frank. That doesn't matter.
Yep. Show 101. You happy, Ryan?
All right, so of course Ryan made me do. I kind of do look like a cow.
Keys in the car.
All right, that's me, Chad of the Valley, and then I got my knapsack. There is a tail. There is a tail. There. Here's the woman.
Eat more chicken. No, it's a Dalmatian, not a cow.
She said eat more chicken. She thought I was doing a Chick-fil-A promotion. So then I go to Starbucks, pick up my tea. Tough Heedman.
All right, Ryan, I hope you're happy.
I am very.
So I'll take a little sip of my juice. Then I smell garbage. Garbage is always a good smell for that. Guy walked right by me on the phone. This is where I developed a little bit of an itch. I was trying to find my tail. Yeah, it's hard to do it with a knapsack on, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, show 101. This is what happens when you lose a bet to Ryan McCormick.
This is what happens when you lose a bet to Ryan.
All right, here we go. Here comes
All the way up the steps into the studio. And here's Ryan's reaction. Then I was very tired. So I do the circle like all dogs do. And I lay down. And then I started dreaming. And my legs twitch. There you go. So there was my journey into the studio. And then me slowly getting up because it's painful to be on the ground and then get up.
So I ended up looking at the parlay.
Yeah.
So Senators, Capitals, and Devils, plus the Clippers money line is still 4-1.
Ooh, really? There's the parlay. That's your is it today Friday? Yeah, there's your parlay. It's Frank and Ryan. We'll take Alex out, so the A's and N. So it's Frank and Ryan. There's your parlay. There's your 4-teamer we're gonna do for the weekend. There you go.
Courtesy of Bartnick.
Courtesy of Joe Bartnick. Joe Bartnick and Frank. It's Bartnick. Bart Frank. Okay. Anyway, it's time. Sound the horn. It's time for Post with Punchlines. I'll just do the horn. There it is. There's the horn. All right, it's time for Post with Punchlines. Ryan and I spend all night surfing the net so you don't have to, trying to find some funny clips. Hey, look, I'm wearing blue in that. We timed that perfectly. It's National Wear Blue Day. There you go, National Blue Day. We already saw Tom Brady breaking his record from 22 years. The Combine, as you said, lineman. Now, I don't know. This is obviously something you probably can't do in Vegas. I'm actually watching live. I can see on the NFL Network there's guys running. Miles Harden is running. I've never heard of him. Is he Clemson Tiger? I don't know where he's from. Anyway, there was a 366-pound lineman named Devondre Sweat from University of Texas. And apparently there's a gentleman that bet on his under, and we can watch his live reaction watching the video.
You can
Devondre
bet the
Sweat.
40.
You can bet the 40. You can bet on this? All right, here we go. 6'4.5", 366. Ironically, how many days there are this year? 366, thanks to Leap Day. All right.
6'4". We need under 5.1.
Under 5.1.
There he goes. Holy this is
Guys,
huge. He ain't getting it. Man.
This guy he bet on a college kid running under 5'1", who weighs 266 pounds.
This guy is massive. I just bet on a 366-pound man to run under 5 seconds and 40.
I didn't know you could bet on that.
66 pounds.
Yeah, that was a bad bet, right? That's not even a bad beat. Why would you make that bet?
For the content.
For the content, exactly. Anyway, thank you to that guy for doing that.
Yeah, book it with Trent.
I can't believe Book It with Trent. Is that his name?
Yeah.
Have you heard of him?
Yeah. He has a Twitter page that was not doing very well on his picks.
Okay. Well, he's bad.
He made some. There were like 4 or 5 days in a row where it was full fades. If you full faded his picks,
right,
it paid off.
You paid off, right?
Yeah.
Well, so he's been so cold that he's like, all right, I'm going to bet on the Combine. All right, let's see here. Okay, whoa, I hear that. All right, so let's go to Hawkeye, Buckeye, Sky High. So here we go. We got the I don't need these right now. We got the Buckeye.
I was confused that you heard me.
So the Buckeyes, the Ohio State Buckeyes, are playing the Iowa Hawkeyes. I believe the game's. Is it in Iowa? I thought it was at Ohio State.
No, it's in Iowa.
It's in Iowa. Okay, excuse me. I was wrong
Sunday,
there.
Yeah.
So anyway, ticket prices. So how many points short? She needs 18 points. She's going to pass Pistol Pete Maravich, okay, as the all-time scoring college basketball player. So what are some of those tickets there, Ryan? Read those off to me.
So in the upper row section, it's $345. This is also just for one ticket.
For one ticket?
If you want to buy, 2, it's at least $450. If you want to buy 4, it's at least $700.
My God.
So yeah, $345 for that high seat, and then $1,600 for the lower seat.
I mean, it's Iowa. How often
it's
is
kind of like right around their bench?
Yeah, right around the back. How often is history made in Iowa in sports? Practically never. I guess
On a cornfield.
What's that?
In a cornfield.
Yeah, in a cornfield. If you build it, they will come. Oh, there was some history. The most worst offense ever, the Iowa Hawkeyes this year. I mean, their over-unders were what, 28, 29? They couldn't score. I miss. He's in the shot stretching.
His arm.
I like to know everything that goes on in the studio. I have FOMO. I don't like to miss out on anything. So anyway, if you wanted 4 tickets to go see Caitlin Clark in that lower bowl, you're spending $10,000. Well, guess what? University of Iowa undergraduate tuition, in-state Iowa people, it's $10,000. So you could go a year of college or go see Caitlin Clark break the record.
Which she's also said that she's going to declare for the WNBA.
That was the other thing I was going to say. She has come out, and I was like, we've talked about it on the show. Oh, she makes $800,000 on her nil deal, or she can make $75,000, $80,000 in the WNBA. Hey, she should stay for another year. Well, Frank McMordie, our women's college basketball expert, who will be on talking the women's tournament, pointed out that her best friend is also graduating, 2 of her other friends. So why would she come back? The team's going to be horrible next year. So she might as well get out now while the getting's good, I guess.
Yeah. But my main point is that she could make that record completely unbreakable.
She could make it completely unbreakable.
She can get over 4,000 points. There's no one catching that.
That's true. But she said she's leaving, and it looks like Indiana has the number 1 pick.
Yeah.
What someone said on TV the other day was maybe she should commission the WNBA to put a franchise in Iowa so she could stay in Iowa. She born and raised in Iowa? I'm not sure. Yeah, she is. And the reason it didn't sound so like such a crazy idea, apparently Bill Walton, when Bill Walton had his amazing run at UCLA, he told the ABA offered to put a franchise in San Diego that he could play for, his hometown. I mean, that's unheard of. But I mean, nowadays you never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But Walton obviously did. He got drafted and he played in the pros, and obviously he wasn't as great as he was at UCLA. But damn. Speaking of, all right, we got a couple more. But before we got Big Al, I see Big Al. I was going to say, speaking of damn, yeah, damn Yankees. Here's another thing. So a lot of people watch this show who haven't gambled before. Here you go. Here's a little lesson. If you want to know how to bet baseball. For anyone who doesn't know how betting odds work, the Yankees are plus 800 to win the World Series. So if you bet 100 on the Yankees winning the World Series, you lose $100. So obviously that was by a very funny, Big Al's laughing at that. That is by a very funny Yankee hater right there. That's that's saying, who's the favorite? It's the Dodgers and the Braves are up top, right? I can't read it. But
Dodgers and Braves. And then Astros are favored to win the AL. So
damn, we just cannot shake the Houston Astros.
No.
They just keep coming. It's a testament to what a good organization they are. You know, besides the whole cheating thing. And hot dogs, I want to talk about hot dogs. Yes, there's a big TikTok trend on TikTok where people act like how they would sell hot dogs. You ask like your friend, you tape them. How would you sell hot dogs at a stadium? Ryan, how would you sell hot dogs? If you were a hot dog vendor, let me hear your call.
Hot dogs. hot dogs.
I didn't expect that coming from Ryan. All of a sudden, with a heavy, thick New York accent,
you got to yell.
You got to yell, right? Now, me, my name's Frank, so I'll be like, Frank selling Franks. Who wants a red hot Frank, baby? There's mine. Thank you.
That's good.
And Sean or Jerry, would you like to do one? And would you like to do
Beer here.
beer here?
Beer.
That's why I love Ann. That's why I love Ann. The Philadelphia. Do we have the Philadelphia clip?
Yeah.
Okay. So speaking of no brotherly love here. Speaking of hot dogs, which is a trend, they decided to take away the $1 hot dog night in Philadelphia, which is a good idea because here's video of last year when they had Dollar Hot Dog Night in Philadelphia. It caused sort of a food fight. So that's Philly fans just throwing the dollar hot dogs all over the stadium. So instead, they're doing the wave. They're throwing hot dogs.
They're doing the wave to like disguise their throw. So that
To
way, like,
disguise- they're doing like that.
They can't tell who's throwing it, and so when everyone else stands up,
So
puts
they-
their arms out.
It's raining hot dogs. It's cloudy with a chance of meatballs and raining hot dogs in Philly. So yeah, they got rid of the dollar hot dog idea, which has been something they've done in Philly for a long time.
But they kept it around in some fashion.
They did? Well, yeah.
They're doing a buy one, get one.
Buy one
instead.
gets 2 for $5.
Yeah.
So in Philadelphia, but Philadelphia fans are probably, that's still same. I can't do a Philly. I say distilled. Hey, a wooder. Give me a wooder. They say water. So for water, they say wooder.
What?
They do. You're not familiar with them?
No, I was just
Philly accent. They say wooder, and they're going to do wash. For laundry, they say wash. Anyway.
Wit.
Yeah. We have a couple more posts, but let's get to our guest, shall we? This gentleman is making his return to the show. He is also from the town that I hail from, and Joe Bartnick. Al, I'm not allowed to say the hometown because I get penalized $5. I gave up saying our hometown for Lent, and the counter is back up to, what are we at? $25? It was at 70, but Otani homered. You don't want to hear the whole story. But anyway, Big Al McMordie is back. Big Al is back.
Big Al.
Big Al.
Can you just say the Steel City? Do you even have to say the name of the town?
Big Al with the round of... Yeah, I'm going to start saying Steel City then. There you go.
No, that counts.
It's okay. Well, Ryan, they're very upset because I was up to $70, and then Jeff Parles set a line that I won on an Otani homer, so it's back to 0. So, yeah, here we go. Oh, my God. We're done talking about that. Anyway, Big Al, you're a big Hoops fan. We know you love hoops, and you love old movies because I see those old movie posters there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a bunch of film noir. I've got Rififi and Bob LaFlambeur and The Killing behind me.
Wow. Okay, I don't know if I'm familiar with any of those movies, and I'm quite a movie fan. The Killing?
Yeah, that's Stanley Kubrick with Sterling Hayden.
Wow. Look at you, Big Al. All right, so what's been going on with you lately? How are you doing this year?
Well, I mean, are you asking me like how I'm doing with my family or how I'm doing with the game?
Personally, first.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's been great. I've got no complaints. Turned 58 on Monday.
All right.
The games have been treating me well. I've really doing really well again this basketball season. For the season now, 326 and 241.
Wow.
So I'm not going to kick that out of bed. Pretty hot right now. 55 and 24 with 2 pushes my last 81 in basketball. 18 and 10 in hockey this season. So, yeah. No complaints.
That sounds really good. My goodness. Now, we were looking at the NBA schedule. We were just talking about a bunch of the games tonight, and I know you get up super early and you crunch numbers, and we were hoping you could give all our viewers a pick tonight. What game is looking attractive to you tonight?
Oh, gosh. Well, let's start with the first game on the card. I guess the Cavaliers and the Pistons is probably the most interesting to me. You've got the Cavs. I mean, they were the league's hottest team, from November 26th through February 10th. They went 27-8 straight up, 22-12-1 ATS. They were covering the spread during that stretch by 6.85 points per game. But since February 12th, they've been the league's coldest team. They're 0-7 ATS. They failed to cover the spread by 8.78 points per game. And now they're going to be playing the resurgent Detroit Pistons. It's been a long time since the Pistons lost that 28 games in a row. They're 20-9 ATS. Their last 29, they've covered the spread in those games by 3.89 points per game. And they're actually coming into this game off a huge upset win against the Chicago Bulls. They won as a 10-point dog their last time out. But off that huge upset, Frank, I'm going to go against Detroit here, and I'm going to take the ice-cold Cavaliers. One of the things I like to do when I handicap basketball is go against bad teams late in the season off wins if they're playing a really good team. And that's the situation here. Consider that sub-300 teams in the final 25 games of the NBA season. If they're off a straight-up win, they've gone 27-57 ATS versus opponents with win percentages greater than 625. So I think this is a nice spot to step in and lay the points with the Cavaliers. The only thing that tempers my enthusiasm, of course, is that Donovan Mitchell is questionable to play tonight. So, it's the NBA these days. You never know until, 40 minutes before game time when some of these guys are going to play. But that's the way it goes. But I would lay the 9 points with Cleveland.
Oh, I like that. And great numbers. And, now we were talking about you obviously do a lot of numbers. And did it factor in that Detroit game, how they kind of got robbed by the refs against the Knicks? And we talked about it on the show, like, okay, Monty Williams throws a fit. They're going to come out. They are going to be hungry. And they came out and they actually straight up and had the bet. They won
beat
that game. Now, I know you're a numbers guy, but did anything influence that?
For me, no. The reason is, like, when I'm looking at my database, I've got this incredible database, goes back to 1980 in football, 1990 in basketball. Like when I'm looking at the numbers don't tell me that, this emotional thing happened, right? At the end of the game. All I can do is look at the raw numbers. Now, there's a situation I think that's interesting in college basketball where there's an emotional thing that happened the other day. I don't know if you watched it, that Nevada Wolfpack game, right?
Yes, yeah,
Gary Lucas hits the half-court bank shot. They give up the lead. They're winning the whole game. They give up the lead. Colorado State comes back and improbably ties the game with like 2.5 seconds left. And then Nevada hits the bank shot to win the game. I mean, this is a perfect spot for a letdown by Nevada. Off that emotional win, I don't want any part of Nevada tonight. I like Fresno State, plus the 14.5, 15 points. I think Nevada just stumbles tonight at home, laying the big number.
Yeah, well, we do follow them a lot here because they're in Reno. They're close by. We have a lot of viewers up in Reno. And Chris, our sportsbook director, Chris Andrews, used to live in Reno, so he always wears his Wolfpack shirt on game days. So, yeah, that was a hell of an ending. We really enjoyed that. So, yeah, that's that. But I love hearing that. Now, here's a question for me for tonight. Now, we were looking at this Clippers line, and the Clippers, what do we have them currently at South Point? Is it 15
and a half.
Okay, so the Clippers are minus 15.5. Now, they just lost that heartbreaking game to the Lakers the other night where they were up by 21 points and coasting. Lakers come back. LeBron leads them back. And then last night, Washington goes to overtime against that Laker team. So Washington stays in the same arena and plays the Clippers tonight. So now this is me not with numbers, but me with just being the stupid fan betting a game. I go, well, geez, Washington played an overtime game. Maybe they went out in Los Angeles last night afterwards. That's a big city to go out. And now they get the Clippers, who are pissed off after blowing that big lead. So maybe 15, 16 points, the Clippers can cover that.
I agree with you. I mean, again, this is similar to the Cleveland situation. The only thing that tempers my enthusiasm for this game is that Paul George is questionable. Yeah. So, do you step in now and do you lay the big number and then find out that he's not going to play? You wait 5 minutes before. I guess you can always wait, right? In my business as a handicapper, I don't always have that luxury because we have to give out the games to the clients before you ever get the information. You want to be convenient for the client. So the games have the latest be out by 6:30 p.m. So you kind of have to just cross your fingers. But yeah, I like the Clippers in this game. It's regardless of Washington, whether they're partying or playing video games or whatever they're doing after the game. The Clippers are at home off back-to-back upset losses at home. And now they're playing an unrested opponent while the Clippers are rested. So it's a really good setup, I think, to take Los Angeles and lay the points.
Very cool. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you're a big Spurs fan, right?
Yeah.
That's your team. I remember, I forget the reason why you chose the Spurs. Was it because, what was it again?
George Gervin. I was a kid, 10 years old in Pittsburgh. We didn't have a team. And I opened up the Pittsburgh Press. It said Gervin, 27.2 points per game, is leading the scores. And I became a Spurs fan.
That's right. Now, we want to show this Wemby stat line. So you got to enjoy watching Wembanyama play. So look at this. Was this last night, right, Ryan?
Yeah, they had a big upset win against the Thunder.
Right. And look how he filled the line. 28 points, 13 rebounds, 7 assists. Then 2 steals, 5 blocks, and 5 threes made. First player ever that's reached this stat. I don't know what the thresholds were. Is it just to fill it that much, Ryan? Or what?
I think 5 made threes, 5 blocks.
Yeah.
Some points. I forget what it was.
But why do I feel like we're just going to see his name on this list? These numbers are just going to get bigger. So I imagine you've watched a lot of these Spurs games.
19. Yeah, he's 19 years old. I mean, wait till he actually fills out his body, gets experience against the NBA players, and he's 22, 23.
Yeah.
Which is when Duncan came into the league, I think he was 22 or 23. So it's, right now it's just, he's just learning.
And I imagine you watch a lot of the Spurs games and just watching this kid.
I do. They're hard to watch.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Besides him.
They're horrible. They're horrible. I mean, I would get rid of the whole team
except for him.
other than him.
Yeah.
They just don't want to pass him the ball.
They don't want to. Yeah, right.
There's clips
Well,
of him
it's
wide open going
they're
down the field.
Really?
Such a bad team.
No, if
You know,
there's one, go ahead. I'm sorry, Gam.
No, I was going to say, I mean, it's kind of unfair. People want to compare him to, say, LeBron James, and people will be like, the Spurs are only winning 20% of their games this year. And, look how LeBron made Cleveland a good team, or Duncan made the Spurs a good team, or whatever. But you take a look at the players that LeBron James played with as a rookie. Was it Carlos Boozer was on the team?
Boozer, yeah.
Who was the other? They had another great player.
Kevin Love
Ogauskas was on the team.
Was Love
Ogauskas.
Okay.
No, Ogauskas was like an all-star. So when you look at the player efficiency ratings, the John Hollinger stats from that season, LeBron was the third best player on his team.
Wow.
They had two players, I think, in the top 20, and LeBron was maybe 48th in the NBA in PER rating for his rookie season. But no one remembers that.
Right.
It's like now you look at Wemby. Wemby is like 23rd, somewhere in that in PER. He's great. And then I think when I looked, the second best Spur was either like number 120 or number 70, something way down. Like, so we've got a one-man team. The rest of the team sucks, and people want to bash Wemby because he's not creating.
Yeah, he can't put him on his shoulders yet. He's got to fill out a little more. Just listening to you, Big Al, for the 10 minutes you've been on the show, the numbers you give out are outstanding. Where can people follow you and find more, and you can help them win some money? So where can they find you?
It's easy. BigAl.com.
BigAl.com, baby. That's all you got to do.
We've got free plays every day. We've got 20 handicappers at the site. I've been in business, for folks who don't know, I've been in business since 1992. So
you know what you're doing.
Yeah, and I've been handicapping for 45 years. So it's been a long time.
Big Al's the man. Big Al's the man. We got to have you back, talk more basketball, and maybe the tournament, college basketball, right? We can maybe have you on during the tournament. Always a pleasure, Al. I appreciate
Yeah.
Oh, what's that, Ryan?
Well, I just wanted to ask.
Yeah,
I saw an
please, go for
interesting
it.
prop out there that you can either take the Nuggets or Celtics to win the NBA title, or the field.
Oh.
What do you think, Big Al?
Well, the problem is I'm biased because my preseason pick to win the NBA title was Boston at 4-1. And it was pretty, for those who care, it was Purdue at 15-1 in the NCAA. So I'm probably going to just stick with it. I can't go against the Celtics this year. I'm just going to say take them.
I like it. And how do you feel about Purdue? How do you feel about Purdue at 15-1 still?
I mean, I love it. I actually bet it over at Circa at 17-1, but I released it to the public at 15-1. I had Virginia way back when, the same setup when they lost the number one.
That's right.
When they were a number one seed and they lost to 16. So I had Virginia at 22-1 to win that. So I never thought I would get another chance to have the same setup occur. And as luck would have it, Purdue got, beat last year by a 16 seed and returned a great team. It's not just that you lose to the 16 seed. You have to then return the great team to give you an opportunity to, win the title the next year, which is the improbable thing. So, yeah, I like Purdue a lot. I mean, there's a lot of good teams. You need a lot of good luck on your side to see what happens. But I think they get to the Elite Eight, and then you just cross your fingers.
There you go. All right, Big Al, outstanding job. We're going to see you soon, hopefully. Thank you. BigAl.com.
Thanks,
Big
man.
Al, always a pleasure, man. Great job today. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you,
Okay.
Big Al. I'm going to take off those headsets. Man, you want to talk about numbers. There's some numbers right there. That backs it up. So we got to bet the Cavs. Maybe we throw the Cavs into a 5-teamer now.
Even more money, yeah.
Well, listen, I go with Big Al. Big Al, this is the second or third time on the show. He gave out winners the last two times. Let's see. Big Al sounds a little like Ray Romano, a little bit. Yeah, kind of does. Who's Fino? Fino, Paul? Was there a typo?
No, he said back the pack, and so then I said Ruck Fino, and then he thought I was saying Ruck him.
Oh, Ruck Fino. Okay. Back the pack. He loves her. Let's see. Ryan, you need to come up with a bet. I'll take any Laker, Dodger, Steeler, Nevada, or Vikings game. You lose, I'll come to Vegas and produce the show for a day.
VGK.
What's that?
VGK is the Knights, not the Vikings.
What did I say?
Vikings.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. Look, I'm dog.
dog brain, yeah.
Dogs only are awake for like 4 hours a day. I'm getting tired. It's the end of the show. Did we have one more post we want to show, or we?
Yeah. Do you want to do the Minnesota hockey?
Yeah, do the Minnesota hockey one. So
high
go
school
ahead.
championship.
Yeah, you've heard of thin ice. You're skating on thin ice. What about thin glass? This was in a Minnesota game.
Around the net.
Minnesota high school state championship. Guys are flying around pretty good. High schoolers. Okay, the goal. Hey, they're celebrating.
Goes over to the student section.
Right, student section. We score. Wow, but
2 panes break.
2 panes. Not a hat trick. They didn't get 3, but they got 2. And then everyone acted like there were rattlesnakes loose, but with the broken glass. And there's, oh my God, that one dude in the vest. Is he trying to grab glass as a souvenir? I got a glass in my hand.
Yeah, no, that was actually as he was like, because he was.
I know she was one.
So he fell through, yeah.
Yeah, so don't bang on the glass so hard. I've never sat at the glass. Have you ever pounded on the glass at a game?
Yeah.
At a Knights game?
No, it was actually one of my best friends, Carson, took me out to a Knights Kings game.
Yeah.
In Los Angeles, and we got to sit on the glass.
Oh, nice. All right, we got one more clip for the day because we snuck that Wemby one. I realized I was like, hey, wait a second. Big Al, if I remember correctly, his team is the Spurs. So we showed the Wemby one. Here's the last one of the day. There's a guy in Indiana State. Now, the last time Indiana State was relevant was when Larry Bird lost to Magic Johnson in 1979 in the NCAA final. They got this guy. What's the guy's real name?
Robbie
Avila? Robbie Avila. But they call him Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Frank Nicotero, one of our loyal viewers, and on one of our most successful episodes, 3,000 hits on that F1 clip. He sent this to me last night. He goes, you got to watch this guy. So I have not seen Indiana State. I knew they were ranked for the first time in a long time. But this is the kind of guy, when they make the tournament, that they're going to do pregame packages on. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, this guy is going to become a star. I'm predicting it right now with the Kurt Rambis horn rim glasses and just the wide body. And he's a beast. He's quick. He can move for a big man. Indiana State. Take him in your bracket. When do the brackets come out? A couple of weeks. Tournaments are starting.
Yeah, Selection Sunday is the 17th.
It's March, ladies and gentlemen. The 17th on St. Patrick's Day. Oh, bro. Yeah.
Also, I have kind of a fun game that we can talk about for the crew.
Okay. We'll do off air, you mean?
Yeah. We can talk about it off air and get like the.
All right, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Bill Hillgrove is retiring as the Steelers play-by-play man. Chris Andrews is a huge fan. Wanted me to pass that along. He did 30 years of play-by-play for the Steelers. And sadly, Andy Russell, great Steeler linebacker, passed away at 82. And personally, I just want to say at the end of the week, a lot of people, I was a huge Richard Lewis fan when I started stand-up, and he passed away. You can watch him on Curb Your Enthusiasm's final season. He's still on there. But one of the funniest guys ever. I never had the chance to meet him, but he passed away. So I just wanted to end the show with those 3 things. But anyway, oh, God. Mike Harrow is calling me, ladies and gentlemen. It's March 1st. He leaves me messages. Oh, my God. March 1st, March 2nd, March 3rd. He leaves me messages leading up to my birthday. He does it every year. I can't
Singing
believe
one
it.
part of Happy Birthday?
What's that? No, he just goes, time is marching first. No, it's not, because time is marching forth is that stupid thing I say. Anyway, thank you, Mike Harrow. Anyway, thank you, guys. What a great show. That was fun. I can finally take off this dog thing because I'm sweating like a dog. What do you sweat like? Do you sweat like a dog? All right. Anyway, thanks for watching the show. Big Al, Joe Bartnick. What a fun show. Ryan, and thanks for shooting that stuff. Sean and Jerry, we'll see you tomorrow, Monday. We'll see you Monday. Have a good weekend. I'm Frank Nicotero, Punchlines, live in Nevada. Every show.